Get a buyer as a startup in Costa Rica. Then they began sawing off pieces of our old friend Drogon so it can be shipped off to Costa Rica. Game of Thrones and Westworld, two of HBO's most successful shows ever, coming together in a pretty fun and cute way. Those two never-before-seen DELOS employees in the butcher's getup are actually the creators of the Game of Thrones show, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, and they're hilariously standing beside the most iconic dragon in the series, Drogon. Obviously this wasn't the most important of scenes, but it did fill us in on some information we've been waiting to hear for years. The theme of the fourth park at Delos. Park 1 is Westworld, 2 is Shogun World, 6 is the Raj, and the rest have been unknown until now. Bernard calls this new theme Park 4 and has the aesthetics of the Middle Ages, so safe to call it Medieval World, since that was what it was called in the 1973 Westworld movie that this show is loosely based off of. But this medieval world has a little fantasy twist to it to make it more exciting, a dragon. So I guess fairy tale world or fantasy world could be some possible names too. I don't remember where I read this leaked spoiler, but I actually found out a while back that the two showrunners would be making cameo appearances in this season of Westworld, so I wasn't too surprised. This whole scene was just a little Easter egg at Game of Thrones fans, since it isn't like Park 4 is based on Westeros or anything. Westeros is the setting of Game of Thrones, where a bunch of fantastical elements are at play, aside from dragons. The king, queen, bard, and even castle are all original creations by the people behind the scenes of Westworld, so this crossover won't be taking any steps further, sadly. There was one more wink at pop culture fans during this crossover. The mention of Costa Rica is a lot more interesting than just any random location to ship the dragon. Incorporating Jurassic Park into one of the 6 Delos destinations had a lot of fan backing over the years, but something like that would be very unlikely since the trademark is way too valuable to just be thrown around. An island off the coast of Costa Rica is where the Jurassic Park movies take place, so another Easter egg for their fans. They couldn't give us a dinosaur, but I doubt many would complain about getting a dragon. Since Westworld's an HBO original, just like Game of Thrones, this in-house sharing of characters would be easy to make happen. In an interview with Variety that I'll link in the description if anyone wants to check out, creators of Westworld, Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan, discuss how they made this fun crossover possible. Benioff and Weiss apparently welcomed the newbies making Westworld with open arms when they were hotshots at HBO a few years back, so they formed a friendly relationship. The author of the Game of Thrones book, George Martin, has also been pitching for a Westeros world to be incorporated into Westworld for a while, so this is as close as that will ever get. A Westeros-based video game in the style of The Witcher is what I'm still waiting around for hopelessly. They wanted to get George Martin to be a part of the surprise cameo, but he unfortunately doesn't live in LA. The interview ends with this exchange, and just to be clear, because I think there will be a lot of speculation about this on the internet, you guys aren't creating the Game of Thrones world in the show. Nolan laughs, I guess that's open to speculation, and smiles, no, we couldn't. Now I know David Benioff and D.B. Weiss are not the most loved people on the internet right now after the final season of Game of Thrones, but I think most fans can look past that and just enjoy and laugh at something like this even existing, without taking another opportunity to shit on these guys. They were cool for coming out of hiding to do this. The Nazi Germany themed park we've been seeing in the trailers for months featuring Maeve has finally got a name. Warworld. Not sure if this is officially one of the 6 Delos parks, or just created for the use of gathering information inside Maeve's head, but I think it likely is one of the final parks, since it wouldn't make much sense for a park to be created just for an illusion when you can use an already existing one, right? This episode was on the slower end overall, and I'm a little worried that Westworld is losing that magic the first season had. It's still too soon to judge where the story is heading with this new refresh into the real world, so I'll wait a little before criticizing. I guess next week we'll pick up with Maeve hunting down Dolores, and who knows when we'll finally know the final park theme. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see y'all soon with something else to talk about. Thanks for watching.